Whew. Hello. Good Wednesday afternoon there. Sunny out. Started the video and had to run. I had put some noodles on and was cooking them and forgot them. You know what that turned out to be. Well, I'm back. But Fox News this morning, they was showing a live video taking place in Nevada. I think it was Nevada. One of the companies that helped donate the fireworks for the Washington celebration of the 4th, Don's into out there, but one of the companies was put off some live fireworks at like 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, which I think, or they're 4:30 their time maybe, and we'd already got daylight, and Fox News was on and stuff, and they was showing it live. But one of the companies that donated the fireworks for the Washington celebration, and and man, you seriously wouldn't believe what these liberals and socialists are saying. You know where they talk about Donald Trump. They say, he could cure cancer, and they'd say, oh, bless God, he's put doctors out of business. He's done all kinds of unemployment's going up, or every friggin' thing in the world's falling apart because of that. He cured cancer. Look what he's done to the nation. I mean, you know what the other man? I've told you, man, they're friggin' nuts. They're nuts. They're nuts. Hey, listen. Believe it or not, I think they're racial against Trump. I really do. I mean, let's face it. They've called everything in the world racist, haven't they? The liberals and socialists, oh, this is racist. That's racist. Well, do you see that's got a black spot on it? That's freaking racist. Everything in the world's racist. Well, let's get real. I think they are racist against Trump. Makes about as much sense as what they've been screaming, don't it? Well, yeah, it does. You know it does. Don't sit there and act like you don't believe me or you don't agree with me. You know as well as I do they're racist against Trump. But it is pitiful. These liberals and socialists, the medias, the friggin' remarks, man. I've talked about it on a video before, and Fox News and others had showed it. Not the liberals, but the conservatives. They showed it. See, what was it? The crisis, the border crisis is going on. And we've seen a video, a clip of maybe it was Nancy Pelosi or Chuck Schumer or somebody talking about the manufactured crisis down on the southern border there. It's a manufactured crisis. He made it. There ain't no crisis. He manufactured that crisis. You know the garbage they went on with. And then NBC, they got, the manufactured crisis on the border. CNN, the manufactured crisis on the border. MSNBC, the manufactured crisis on the border. CBS, the manufactured crisis on the border. ABC, the manufactured crisis on the border. And it's just these liberals, man. They get their talking point. It's people listen. When you get your talking point from the same source, it's propaganda. Okay, it's propaganda. Can you understand that? It's propaganda. If the same source is spreading it all over the place, it's propaganda. And it's not the first time we've heard it. This garbage went on when Obama was in office. They were in support of Barack Hussein Obama. The same kind of friggin' talking points, man. They get it from one place, and then it would spread all over these liberal socialist networks. It spread all over them. Hey, that's propaganda. That's what that is. It's propaganda. One person telling everybody what to think. That's called propaganda. The things that Trump has had to put up with, these liberals and socialists, they so help me, It's pitiful, people. It is literally dog butt licking pitiful what these people are doing. I've told you before, I don't know how many times I've told you, I'm going to tell you again. These friggin' liberals and socialists, they should not get one vote in the next election. There should not be one legitimate vote given unto them. Not one legitimate vote. They're perverts. They're perverts. They're lying, scheming propagandists trying to pull off a scheme, a plot, a ploy on you. That's all they are, people. They're perverts. They're perverts. Isaiah 32, Old Testament Bible, verses 5 through 8 will tell you what they're. Some of you claim to be Christian. Read it. Isaiah 32, verses 5 through 8. Read it. Read it and understand what a liberal is, what a socialist or a churl, a fool is. Read it and understand. Read it and understand. It's pitiful, people. It is literally pitiful. You know, they holler, oh, this is all went political. No, it ain't, people. It's not political. It's no longer political. Don't let that garbage sink in on you. It is not political. This is right versus wrong. Good versus bad. Look at the platform that the liberals and socialists are standing on. Look at their platform. Every conceivable, damnable thought you can think of is being portrayed on their platform. Shame is boiling on their platform, man, like sewer in a cesspool or a plank that where they, you know, I used to drive a garbage truck back a few years ago. Drove it for 2 or 3 months. Had to, needed some work, but I was sent down to a plank where they do this stuff for a little town here in southern West Virginia. And what it is, they had a bunch of bags where I don't know if it was lime or what it was, I forget. But anyway, their dumpster was full and all this stuff. And I was sitting down there to pick it up, and I went down there and pick it up. And you look in that old cesspool, and they got this old big thing going around in this concrete swimming pool looking thing, and it's in there just stirring this stuff. And they dump this stuff out in there. They carry a bag out there and on a walkway, and they just dump these bags over his bag in there, and the paper bag they wouldn't just do contents, but they dump it in there, and these old big arms sticking out here like this. They go, and they just swing these old arms just swinging around right like that, and they'd stir this stuff, and that's what these liberals are doing. They're up there stirring. They're just stirring the poop. Stirring the poop. That's all they're doing, people. They have given you nothing for a legitimate platform, for legitimate support. They are doing nothing but stirring the poop. Oh, we're going to give you free health care. We're going to give you a free education. We're going to give you this. Everybody will drive a Cadillac or a pink Cadillac. Everybody be wearing bright pink drawers, and you will all be happy-go-lucky sex disease maniacs. That's basically what they do. They're stirring the poop, man. They're stirring the poop. That's all they do. They stir the poop. It's unreal. Who was it? Black guy. I forget his name. He said right now, he said there's not a Democrat up there will beat Donald Trump. And I said, tickled me to death. Oh man, I'll tell you, we got to get rid of those liberals and socialist people. So help me, They're a sewer. They're a sewage line full of nothing but contamination. That is their platform. Their platform is contamination. Every disgusting, off-garful of stuff that could float in something is going on in them. People, name after name after name, are coming up now with corruption, fraud, campaign fraud. You wouldn't believe some of this stuff, man. But you don't hear about it on MSNBC or CNN or ABC or NBC or CBS. They don't tell you. Those liberal medias won't tell you everything going on. That's the problem. That's the reason some of you fall. You don't know what's happening. You don't realize that this stuff is taking place. It's actually happening. It's taking place. These liberal socialist politicians are up to their eyeballs in poop. They don't have a choice. They must fight. They're going to jail. I've just seen something there this morning. Michael Horowitz, the special investigator that was put in to check out something, Jeff Sessions had him do some work. I think it was. And I just found out this morning he's still working on some stuff. There's some 2 or 3 other things he's looking into. Well, now Barr has got this other guy. They call him the pit bull. I can't think of his name, but he's called the pit bull or something. But he's looking into things back in there too. Hey, people, I'm telling you. MSNBC, CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, and all these others, they're just not telling you. They're just not telling you everything. New York Times and Washington Post have both come out and admitted to some of this stuff now that was kept secret for 2 years while Trump was in here, and it was kept secret when Obama was in there, and they're just now coming around to admitting that this stuff took place. The perverts are not talking to you, man. I'm telling you. These liberal medias are not talking to you. They're not telling you everything. They're telling you the little parts they want you to hear. All the manufactured. They're talking points, people. Pay attention to them. Just pay attention to them. Fox has brought that up before, back I don't know, to 3 or 4 years ago. They'd bring it up when Obama was in office, there was something. What was it? What was it? Something. It might have been a weather report. Seemed like to me it was. There was something about some weather report taking place, and the medias, they were all using the same language. Like some I don't know, maybe the head of the National Weather Association or something. Man, had it printed out on the screen, and these weather people were spitting it out, man. Almost identical words. Almost identical. It's unreal, man. These people can't think for themselves. And that's the way they want you. They want you to listen to them. They get their talking point here. It comes through them, and they want it to trickle down on you. You think like me think like this. They're not talking to you, man. It's unreal. It's unreal, the garbage going on in these people. I don't hate people. I really don't. But it gets so disgusting when the liars, the perverts, the cheaters and schemers and plotters can't think for themselves. They get their talking points behind closed doors, then they bring it out for what they want the public to hear. That's what they're doing. What was it? Just after first of the year. Something, it was when, I think it's when Mueller brought his report out. Maybe it was. And the report didn't come out to suit the liberal and socialist Democrats. Well, anyway, the report come out. What happens? There was a handful, I don't know how many of them, but Fox talked about it. They talked about it. Might have been on Facebook too, I don't remember. But anyway, the bunch of these liberals and socialists, they took off to Cuba. They flew down to Cuba. They was going down to fund the sun, or at least that was the story at the time. But what it was a bunch of the liberal and socialist heads. They were getting down there to try to pull their story together. People, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. As long as you're licking their butt, they're losing. They have hope. As long as you lick their butt, they have support. But if you ever realize they've been lying to you, they'll lose their support and they'll go to jail. Some of them deserve to be shot. Some deserve to be shot. Van Jones talked about it years ago. Glenn Beck showed a video of Van Jones. And Van was talking to a crowd of people. He just showed a short clip. But in this short clip, he said, "We will either win or be crushed." What were they doing that was so bad that they couldn't just lose or get beat? What was going on within them that they would be crushed if found out? What was going on? Man, I just wish you'd wake up. I just wish you would wake up and realize that you have had over 10 years of lies dumped on you by the liberal socialist media, by these propagandists. They've dumped over 10 years of garbage on you, day after day after day after day after day. Well, how many days are in 10 years? Well, what is that? 10 years, 30-some thousand, 40,000 days? No, let's say, how many? 30, 12 times there's 36. 10 years, yeah, 30-some thousand. Day after day after people, and it's not stopped. It's still going. It's continuing. They're still dumping these lies and got people. They either win or they get crushed. That's what you need to realize. This is a huge plot. It's not just happening in America. You have leaders from other countries behind this. You have huge money from around the world behind this. You have organizations from around the world behind this. It's not just America. This picture is bigger than America. You've got to realize that. It's bigger than America. But in order for what they want to happen, America has to fall. It's bigger than America. And it's not political. This is good versus evil. Right versus wrong. It's no longer political. It was political when people had points of view. But when people took out the boundaries of right and wrong, people, and they just started functioning within the ignorance of the absence of the valley of that knowledge, and they begin to function within the ignorance or the neglect of that knowledge of right and wrong, it was no more political. Now it's plain old up. You either tell the truth or you lie. You either be honorable or you're dishonorable. You either do it right or you do it wrong. That's what it's boiled down to. This is no more political. Don't let him feed you that garbage. It's not political anymore. It is not political anymore. You have to realize how far down the road we are in time. You have to know what the Bible says is coming. It's no more political. Chew on it. Pay attention. Watch something besides Rachel Maddow or Chris Matthews or CNN or NBC, ABC. Man, there's plenty of conservative news reports out there that are. And if you want to lay an odds on who's going to give you the most honest, truthful report, I promise you, you'll have 90% odds that you'll hear more truth on the conservative point of view than you will the liberal. Liberal is a lie. Isaiah 32, 5 through 8, Old Testament Bible. Liberal is a lie. It's a scheme. It's a plot. Liberal is a lie. Have a good one.